Hey, what's good people out there? It's your boy Kels back again with another episode of the Culture Marauders podcast. AKA, well, this is gonna be a culture shot. So this is our first stab at a current event style episode. So yeah, it is Thursday, July 16th, 2020. Like I said, you're rocking with the Culture Marauders, the show where we maraud on all culture and deliver the goods to you, the listener. Thank y'all for joining in. Hey, we're rocking through this month. We halfway through July, halfway through the summer, and it's one of those things, man. So I appreciate y'all jumping on. We got a nice lineup for you this evening. Go ahead and bring you home if you don't want to watch CNN or CBS or ABC or TNT. The Marauders here. We got some stuff from the past week that we're gonna lay on you. So the first thing, like I said, this is a culture shot today. So with that being said, hey. Guess you didn't know, today is the 75th anniversary of the first nuclear detonation. And that took place in Alamogordo, New Mexico, in the deserts out there. And the scientists out there went ahead and detonated the first atomic bomb that kicked off the fear of nuclear war in our world. And it's kind of been one of those monsters, those boogeyman's underneath the bed for, as long as this has been. So past 75 years. We still got countries out there with that are fully nuclear capable, but hopefully it never comes to that. So hey, this is the anniversary, 75th anniversary. Shout out to Project Trinity, which was the name of the test that they did out there in Alamogordo, and everybody out there, like the homie Dig'em Smack Jeremy Garcia out there in Alamogordo. Hey, stay off that sand out there, bro. So here we go. Also, happy National Corn Fritter Day, right? Who could forget Corn Fritter Day? I know you didn't, Dale, right?
No. Of course not.
So I've never had a corn fritter that I can remember, but I guess it's a big thing. We are sandwiched between like National Tattoo Day and National Nude Day and Lottery Day. So corn fritter, there wasn't really much of an option to put out there. So happy National Corn Fritter Day. I know there's a audience for those folks out there who love corn fritters, eat up and love it. So, with that being said, hey, so I already dropped two current events, two things that's going on in the world today. And so with that being said, we're calling this episode What's Good? And, we're marauding on current events. And with that being said, I got the homie, Dale Dyer, St. Pete's finest. Welcome to the show, bro. I know we've been talking about doing this for a while. You were actually invited to be a co-host on the Culture Marauders, and you turned me down numerous times. So, I finally got you on here. Hey, so what's going on with you?
Hey, man, it's not my fault you live like 10 hours away from me, it feels like. No, man, everything's good. Just saying what's going on. Glad we finally got to do it. It only took us being locked in the house for months for me to finally decide to come on.
That's right.
So, I appreciate you letting me come on, man. It's very cool.
All right. So,
sorry about my setup, by the way.
Man, this is your one shot and you blew it. One shot.
We'll see.
I know. I get desperate. I'll go back to you. I'm kidding. So, hey, fellow Marauders, while you're out there, if you're enjoying the show, liking what you're seeing, hey, tips are appreciated but not required. And the Cash App is # Keltron. So whatever you throw in there, hey, it's goodies for us. So, and we'll use that to spin it back into the show and deliver you a better product. So, like I said, we're gonna talk a little bit about what's going on in the world. We got a little music review. We got, since both me and Dale are out here in Florida, we're going to talk about, a little bit COVID, and then, sports resuming. It looks like a lot of stuff is kind of working its way back. Football is still kind of on the fritz, baseball as well. Madden ratings. Madden ratings have been slowly trickling out. I know it's like a holiday for a lot of folks out there, the gamers, the Madden players. So that's coming out. Chrissy Teigen has been in the news as of late. I don't know why. I don't know. I still don't know what she does, right? But nevertheless, she's still in the media. She's still in the news. And then we got President Kanye, who's really going all in, fully going all in on his presidential bid. And then we're gonna wrap it up with the best and worst of the week. So let's get it started, right? So we're gonna take it on back. Navigating COVID-19 in the Sunshine State. So. Dale, you're down in St. Pete, right? And that's about 20 miles from where I'm at. I'm up North Tampa area. So COVID-19. So we've been locked down for what? Well, not locked down, but we've been working from home since about March?
Yeah. What is that? 4 months now? 3 months?
I know. And it goes.
Yeah.
the days are blending together, dude. Like they're blending together like crazy. But
For sure.
but so down in
You
St.
think
Pete,
time
right?
goes faster or slower for you?
It's weird because when I was here with my kids, right? Like when I was teaching them during the school year, it was like the day would just drag, right? But now that they're back at daycare, and my oldest son is here, and the day just flies by like that, So
Okay.
yeah, so you're down in the the tourist area, St. Pete, and stuff like that. What are you seeing down there as far as like COVID restrictions and stuff like? I know it's the same for the state, but obviously, clearly, everybody's not playing by the same rule book. So what is what is some of the stuff that you're seeing down in St. Pete?
My area, I mean, I haven't seen everybody's wearing masks. I don't really see anything going. I haven't seen anybody flip out in the store or nothing, refusing. But everywhere I go, there's a sign to wear a mask. I personally haven't been going to any bars or restaurants or anything like that. So maybe that's why I haven't seen it. I've just been going to the grocery store and maybe friends' houses at the most. But, everything I've seen is pretty everyone's kind of being responsible from my standpoint.
Really? Because according to the news, that is the farthest thing from the truth. so I'm gonna read off some stuff.
I have a very small viewpoint, though. You can't use me as majority.
No, you're the guy, man. You're the correspondent for this episode, so you're gonna have to be the guy.
Right,
fair enough. I'm gonna read off some stats, right? So I try not to look at this every day because it's really depressing. But currently we're at 755,000 cases. And I mean, that's still far, not too far off from New York. I think New York was still at over 400,000 cases. And we're sitting at 4,766 deaths as of what I found right before we got on, before we started streaming. And, what came out was that the word is that Florida labs are not reporting negative results. So all they're doing is reporting the positive ones. So, it's just, and then the whole thing with the CDC, where the White House has asked, for all data and all that stuff to not go to the CDC, but go to the White House. So it's a lot of weird shit that's happening, man. And it's, I don't know who in the White House is qualified to like kind of break down that data. Maybe there's a guy like we're working in Trump's bunker. Maybe he was talking to that guy when he was in there. But
that's major.
So, but it's just weird, man. So I know it's starting to be mandated, companies like Walmart and, stuff like that. They're actually putting it out like now, like, hey, you come into our spot, you got to come with a mask. And I've been rocking the mask. Hey, I made the mistake like 2 weeks ago and it scared the shit out of me. I was walking in Walmart, right? And I'm walking around, getting all kinds of goodies. And I was talking to my friend on the phone and I'm looking around. I'm like, why are people looking at me like walking? And like, shit, I don't have my mask on. Man, I dropped everything and hauled ass out.
Like you stole something.
I know. Hey, they didn't ask me for my receipt on the way out, but yeah, man, it's one of those things where it's still kind of weird getting used to. I have to keep mine in my car, otherwise I'll probably forget and then have another episode like that when I get into the store and realize that I asked up. But I mean, it's just crazy, and it's like, do you think that the governor is doing like a good job of like kind of controlling this, or do you think he just doesn't give a shit?
I mean, I think. If you live in sorry, I'm fixing. I think I can adjust this now. Here we go. Perfect. I think that if you live in Florida, you kind of know where the governor stands. So I think he's handling it to what he thinks is the best, but I can't really say.
What the hell does that mean? Like, what do you mean what he thinks is the best? Like what's the best? Like, what do you think?
He's doing what he thinks is gonna get him in good favor with his boss, pretty much.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm reading between the lines.
He supports and you know what he does. So you think he's gonna go against the grain and do something completely irrational? There's no way.
Because heaven forbid Trump wins again and this dude went against him. And
he's gone. I mean, how that goes.
Yeah, his political career is toast, man, and he barely got in there.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, he barely won the governorship as is. So it's like, yeah, it's gonna be tough sledding for anybody that goes against Teflon Don out there, man. I'm telling you. So did you see the interview that or the press conference that he had a couple of days ago, where the dude like stood up and was like, "Shame on you, you're lying." And did you see that?
I saw the clip. I didn't watch all of it because I mean, obviously, I kind of knew what was going on, but I mean. It's truth. I mean, they don't come out and speak on that, I feel like the governor doesn't come out and be like, oh, well, this is how many people died today. No, they don't really talk about that. They talk about all the positives.
Andrew Cuomo did. He came out and told everybody, what was going on. So why wouldn't DeSantis?
But you see what I mean? You know what side of the politics he's on, so you know what he's going to do.
Yeah. So do you think we need to shut down again? Because it looks like we're kind of trending towards that direction. If Governor Dyer was in office up in Tallahassee, what would you think? Like, do you think it's time to shut down the show again? Nah, so you weren't expecting that, see?
I wasn't expecting that, but again, like I have a very small area of what I'm seeing. I don't see that many people affected. I know people are affected, but
sorry.
But I mean, if people are sick and dying, I would shut down again. It didn't put me. For me, this whole thing hasn't really affected me at all, really, because I work from home now. Like, I don't really go out, So, I mean, a shutdown wasn't a crazy thing. It didn't put me out of sorts that bad. So for me, yeah, I would shut down again because it didn't affect me that much. But I know there's a lot of people maybe don't like it and we're having a good time. So I get that.
What I have a hard time like understanding is that the people with the reluctance to wear the mask, like it's almost like a symbol of like oppression, and it's like they're fighting like
they don't get it doesn't affect me personally. I have no problem wearing a mask. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't see why it's such a big deal. I get it. I understand. I completely agree. Like, if you don't want to wear a mask, fine, don't. But just you can't come in the store. It's not that crazy.
Yeah. Just do the right thing. Be a little considerate. So check it out.
Yeah.
So me and my son went and got some Thai food last week, and we were in there, right? And we were just me and him in the restaurant. And one of the waitresses coughed. Yo, I looked at him. I was like, "Oh man,
let's get out of here."
No, we stayed because the soup was really good. The ramen was good, but yeah, I was shaky, man. I was real shaky.
Yeah, hey man. I mean, you hear anybody coughing or sneezing nowadays, it's definitely different than it was about like this time last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like there's no more. Oh man, God bless you. Like, yo, get the hell away from me, dude.
Yeah, get away. Exactly.
So are you going? So you said you go to friends' house and stuff. Are you like eating out at all, or are you just doing grocery shopping and cooking at home?
Nah, takeout. I haven't gone to any restaurants. And sat down. I went and sat at one of my friends' parents' restaurants, but we're the only ones in there, so it doesn't really count as any. That wouldn't count.
Okay. All right. Do you think you might take a chance and still go out and do something, or nah?
I mean, I actually went to Orlando this weekend. I went to like Disney Springs and stuff.
God.
But I saw every single person wearing a mask. Obviously, you have to wear one to go in there.
Right.
Everybody's
what was it like though? Like, what was the? I know because Disney Springs is more like the restaurants and
shopping area.
Shopping area. What was it like?
I didn't go to any restaurants. I just went to a couple like clothing stores. It's for my mom's birthday, so I was tagging along. But it was way less people than I've remembered any time I've gone there. Way less people. I mean, you could definitely social distance, I guess.
Okay.
If you're really careful and paying attention. I was kind of just walking, but I had my mask on, so
Yo, that's not
let's just say this: I didn't necessarily want to go, but you got to do stuff for with the family. But
yeah. So, did you like come home and just like get in like scalding hot water to like rinse the
No, I just went to sleep when I got home.
All right. So, all right. Well, I mean, I would say it's time to lock it down, but clearly the DeSantis believes different. And then I don't even know what the mayor of Tampa thinks. Like, it's just like nobody is on the same page. And that's what's kind of weird to me. Like, man, it could go either way. It could really go either way.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I think that if we don't get a handle on this, we're gonna be looking real bad come fall. And I'm not just talking about like with sports. I'm talking about just like when the flu season kicks up again, it's gonna be real bad.
I agree, man. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
All right. So, well, let's jump on the next topic. I know this one is near and dear to your heart. We're going to talk about, the new Juice WRLD and Pop Smoke albums. You know, I see you rubbing your hands back there together. You're ready to go. I'm not really a fan of like, new hip hop, man. I'm not really. Oh, Jerry Patrick, locked down to 2022.
I'm cool with it. I don't need to go anywhere.
Yeah, me neither. The only thing that sucks is that I actually bought Bucks season tickets. Like I told you.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, man. Like I don't know what to do with them. Like, can I sell them back? Can I hold on to them? Maybe
I was laughing about that.
You were laughing.
Not about the tickets. I was laughing about it's just our Lux's Bucks fans. The year Tom Brady comes, nobody can go to a game.
Nobody. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm hoping that they take those tickets and maybe just roll them over to the next season if they're not allowing fans in, because Philly sports, they're doing the same thing. They're not allowing fans to any Phillies games or any Eagles games.
I thought NASCAR was letting people in or something this weekend. They're having some type of event.
Yeah, they had I think it's like their All-Star race, right? And they had, I want to say 7,000 people. 7,000 people, that were actually in there. I actually got to watch the race.
Is that my mic or yours?
It's yours.
Hold on, I think I can fix it. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Is that all right?
It sounds like you're eating like you're unwrapping a. It sounds like you're unwrapping like a Snickers or something.
I have no idea what it is. Then I turned off the fan.
That's all right. Now you got to sweat it in. It sounds good now. Kind of. So,
I don't know what it is.
So let's talk about these album reviews, right? Juice WRLD and Pop Smoke. So was it a Juice WRLD Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, or some shit like that? Is that what it's called?
I can't really remember the name for whatever reason. I listened to it last night.
Hey, so my uncle, he's a diehard Chiefs fan. Shout out to Rob. He said Chiefs are doing the same as well. They're not allowing any fans into the stadium. So, I think that's just gonna be the way it goes this season. So, all right. So I listen to both, and like I said, you know me, I'm not a fan of like new hip hop, mumble rap. It's trash.
Yeah.
So I like Pop Smoke's album a little bit better, and that's because like my homeboy Smoke said, he's all about that crime music, like that crime hip hop.
Yeah.
And Pop Smoke sounds more along the lines of that, right? And he was the next up and coming like hip hop artist out of New York, and and big following, and the music was good, but for whatever reason, like this, I don't know, maybe I just outgrown hip hop, and that's a sad thing to say, but it's just one of those things where I just wasn't really feeling it. Oh snap, Casey the Royal too? Oh shit.
Oh wow.
Man, that's rough. And then they just got Salvi back. Salvador Perez, man, he just came back from the COVID stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be tough sledding, man. But anyway, so and then Juice WRLD, I listened to it. I tried, man. I tried my hardest to like. I tried really hard to give it a go, but it was just so mopey and just like there was nothing to get you like pump for anything, like pump for life, pump for like just to get out of bed. It was just bad all the way around.
I mean, I guess we'll talk about the Pop Smoke one. I mean, I really like the Pop Smoke album. Obviously, I'm a fan.
Right.
I was a fan before just because I got into the UK kind of drill scene stuff. And that sound, he was using that sound at the beginning. But this album, I think he got away from that drill sound and more into just like an all-around music. Like you listen to it, there was like love songs on it. There was a little bit of drill songs, more just kind of just regular rap.
And he had the song with 50. He had a song with 50, right? He had a song with 50 Cent.
His own what?
He had the song with 50 Cent. With 50, he had a song on.
He had a song with 50 Cent. He had a bunch of old like classic samples on there, like some good samples. I don't know if you had heard that. But yeah, it was just a good way to show his evolve, that he was getting away from just that one sound. Because the first two albums you listen to, they almost sound exactly the same.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like a lot of their stuff, a lot of the stuff that comes out now, it sounds all the same to me. Like with the Juice WRLD album, I was listening. I was like, this dude sounds like Sway Lee. And I'm listening. I'm like, but it's not him. And I'm like, is this the dude I heard off the Spider-Man soundtrack? It's sure enough, it was him. I'm like, but ironically enough, they're both on the Spider-Man soundtrack. So it's, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's just, I think if somebody said pick one or the other, I'm going with Pop Smoke's album. The production was a little bit more cleaner. There was actually lyrics on the album. And I think, was it 44 Bulldogs or something like that? That was a standout track in my opinion. That was pretty dope. And then but just the roster he had for guest appearances, I thought was good. The beats. The one thing I will give these new albums and these new artists that are coming out, the beats are dope. Like the beats I could just listen to anyway.
Those guys, the production's saving a lot of them.
It is, and it's crazy how like these kids nowadays that are coming out, like back in the day you had to sell what, 1 million to get like platinum status or something like that. Well, nowadays it's all streams and downloads and stuff, and you don't even have to listen to like a whole album in order for them to get like credit for that, like album sales.
Yeah,
it's really weird. Man.
I thought they changed the numbers though, so you can't. It's not 1 million to 1 million. Like
right.
I think you have to get. Yeah, but like you said, you can go on it for 1 second and not finish it. Yeah. I don't know. I think there's an actual number of how long a person has to listen to it before they count it, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 30 seconds to a minute or something like that. It's like a super low number where where you can skew the numbers. And my uncle, look, I like the Migos. I think the Migos are super dope. Their influence is Outkast, ironically enough. So, and out of Atlanta, I like Migos. I'm not a big Megan fan. I'm not a big, I don't know. Like I just think I've outgrown hip hop, and it makes me sad to say that. I give stuff a shot, but I stick with like 90s era. I think my cutoff is like 2012, 13, dude. And I know I'm probably missing like a lot of good stuff out there. But that was my cutoff, man. And
oh man, what was 2012? Who was the biggest artist in 2012? Like Rick Ross or something, maybe?
Nah, what? You know what? I think Rick Ross was
probably Drake. Probably Drake.
Drake, yeah, of course Drake. Because I think his second album was out around that time, the Take Care album. But again, right? So it's a lot of different rappers out there. They kind of all sound the same, man. And the thing with these guys, and what's weird enough with these two is like neither one of these kids are alive to see their album like flourish. That's what's sad,
That's sad, yeah.
Yeah, and Juice WRLD was like what 21 when he was killed. 21.
Yeah,
and then
Pop Smoke was 20.
Yeah, exactly. So and the name of Juice WRLD's album, Legends Never Die. Is he a legend?
For my review of the Juice WRLD track, I ended up, even though I remember I was telling you before we got, I was like, I'm not really a big fan. I ended up kind of liking it. I mean, it wasn't a rap album, but I know you said it's not uplifting, but I mean, I don't think any of his music is that type of music.
Dude, it is so dreary.
Yeah, so I kind of get that. I ended up kind of liking it a little bit better. I kind of liked it, but I would still pick Pop Smoke's album over it just because I'm kind of like, I like him.
Okay.
But yeah, no. I mean, a lot of the rappers I skip over, but a lot of the new ones I still like. There's some of I leave alone, and some of them I can kind of support and stand behind.
Okay, all right. What I noticed with Juice WRLD's album, he talked a lot about like anxiety and stuff like that, like stuff that he was going through. And like, unless you're Eminem, nobody wants to hear that shit on your album. Like, and I'm just being honest. Like, I just don't, think that stuff like people really want to hear on the album.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, he has a fan base. Maybe that is what they want to hear. We're just not big fans like that,
So, like emo hip hop, is that what we're calling this now?
I think the same thing that happened with like rock music is kind of happening to hip hop, where everything's just getting segmented so much. I feel like rock music, they had like heavy metal, death metal, screamo music, this type of music. The same thing's happening to rap, where it's there's this type of rap, there's emo rap, there's what did you just say? I just can't remember.
Crime rap.
Grime.
Yeah.
Nah, you said something else. There was something mumble rap.
Mumble rap, yeah.
Want to hear that? Yeah. So, I mean, there's something for everybody. It's so easy to make music and put stuff out now that there's every type of person, and they can reach their fan base because of the internet and not needing the backing of like a major label or anything like that.
Right. So okay. So, hey, fellow Marauders, anybody out there is listening to either one of these albums, you want to chime in, let me know what you think. So, Emo Hop by the homie Akono Hype. You're right, man, and it's whack. Like, there's no way. If somebody was to give me these albums for free, I would use them as coasters in my house. Like, and I would probably cover them if I put them on my table. So, I'm not feeling them.
That's
So,
rough.
all right. So that's our review. We'll try to do better next time and actually really listen to the albums before we really go into it. But that's what I got. I got 4 songs into Juice WRLD and I cut it off. I'm like, man, I got too much to live.
4 songs.
My life is too good. My life is
fair,
too good to
like
listen to this shit and be depressed, man. I couldn't do it. So, all right.
You killed me, man. You gotta give him a chance. You can't cut it off 4 songs into it.
That's all I needed. Look. How many times do you need to go to a restaurant before you know the food is bad and you're never going back? How many times?
But it's different. It's
not different. It's not different.
Yes, it is. It is different.
I'm not going to punish myself to make a point. The point was made.
I'll say this because the first part of that album, that Juice WRLD album, is different than let's say you cut it into thirds. The second third of it is like almost like straight rock music. It's like only Paramore. Like it sounds like that.
I'm done. See, you just saved me an extra 20 minutes. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
I just let it ride. Let it play in the background or whatever I'm watching.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So let's get into our sports talk, right? Hey.
Yeah.
Sports is coming back in some kind of form. I know Korean baseball organization, they've been rocking for a couple months. Soccer is back. They just had the basketball tournament, the TBT. That's back. That just happened. So now we're getting into fall sports. And look, we're looking at the Big Ten is only doing conference only games. The Ivy League has scrapped everything. And I think we're looking at fall football. I think that's going to be on the outs, man. I don't think it's going to happen. I think because what is there to get from just conference play? So. I mean, are you just playing the sport just for the sake of saying, like, look, we're going to play the sport, or is there something to be gained from it? Because, yes, it still gives these kids an opportunity to go out and be scouted, and I can see it from that perspective, but you're missing out on, like, classic matchups, man, and, like, crossover, conference matchups and the stuff that people want to see on a Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and you're pulling all that stuff away just for the sake of saying, oh, we want to watch football. So what do you think about that?
I think it's gonna. You're saying that you don't think it's gonna come back at all? You don't think they're gonna play at all?
I don't think they're gonna finish the season. I don't think so. I think, and I think what I think. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think the difference between like NBA, because the NBA they have their bubble or whatever, and everybody stays in. They can't do that with the NFL.
Right.
It's too many people. So if all this stuff's like, when do they start? Next month?
I think training camp is supposed to start like next month.
There's no way they can. If stuff's gonna be exactly the same as it is today, where everybody has to quarantine and this, I don't think there's a way they don't have a place where they can all go.
No.
Or it's not like they can fit all the NBA players, because how many people are on an NBA team? 15 at the most.
Yeah, something like that.
5 people, 5 backups, another 5 people maybe, and then
but
all
on
the
a
coaches.
Football team, you got 53 people, unless they're forced to trim the roster in order to make it work. So it's tough, and you got to consider even in the NBA aspect of it. When you're sitting there, like in football, you're sitting there bumping up your heads against each other. Perspiration, you spitting and slobbering, all that stuff, drooling, like. That doesn't stop just because Oakley makes a face. No. So like, what the hell are you? What are they gonna do? And that's why I think what's gonna happen is a high profile player is gonna get sick in the middle of the season, and it's just gonna torpedo everything.
I can see that, but I mean, I don't really know, because I'll say this. I'll chime in. I was watching the Manchester United game kind of right before this. And they kind of figured it out. All their teams are playing, but I will say this: finishing a season is way easier than starting a new season. And what the Premier League was finishing, they only have a couple more games. But I mean, the players go home; they're not in a bubble. They obviously, I think maybe coronavirus has kind of subsided in the UK a little bit compared to here, because I mean, we're technically the epicenter now.
Yeah.
But they're all playing their games. They're all out there, and then there's 11 people on each side on a soccer team. You know what I mean? So that's more. So
yeah,
not as many people as football, but I don't think the bubble would work. But I kind of agree with you. I don't see them finishing it.
No.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't either. So let's take a look at basketball, right? So Russell Westbrook just came up. He got it now, and they're starting here in about 15 days. It's looking like 15, 16 days. Down at Disney. So what is that going to look like? Let's see. Oh, Jeff from the Jeff Needs Help podcast. He came out and said soccer with the piped in noise wasn't bad. Did you know?
Yeah, I noticed it. I mean, they finally got it down because I was watching Italian soccer a couple weeks ago. They didn't have it, and it was cool because you could hear the people on the sidelines, the teammates yelling and screaming and stuff.
Right.
But they got the piped in noise in England, and it was cool. They finally got it set up where it makes the right noise when stuff happens, because they were like doing certain cheers when nothing was going on and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm a soccer fan, so I can watch it.
Right.
I can watch it muted. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying with basketball, so Russell Westbrook, he popped up hot for COVID, and Victor Oladipo is still debating if he wants to go. Harrison Barnes for the Sacramento Kings just popped up hot. Dude, we're going to be looking like at the Orlando Magic potentially winning the championship this year if they can stay healthy.
It's just going to be a random team that wins it.
Yeah.
I mean, but to the same point, like they said, 10 years from now, people are just going to remember that a team won that year. They're probably not going to really.
They're not.
It was a COVID year.
And I didn't really look at it as like it being an asterisk season, but yeah, it's going to be an asterisk season because
I feel like it's harder. It's harder.
Well, it's going to be a battle of attrition. To be honest with you, it's just who's the last man standing and who's the healthiest at the end of the year, who's prepared, whose body is ready to go through it. And I mean, I've seen these cats warming up. I see Golden State, even though it wasn't Andrew. I'm sorry, LeBron and them. I saw them, practicing and all that stuff, and they got as good a chance just as everybody else. It's just you just don't know, man. You don't know when you got ass hats like Rudy Gobert monkeying around trying to bullshit and get people sick, man. It's like you don't know.
It's so funny. Have you seen that thing about Rudy Gobert? He was saying that the hotline for reporting people is petty. I'm like, didn't he literally get multiple people on his team sick with the coronavirus when this started? I was like, you shouldn't be saying anything ever about anything.
Oh, it's for next week. Oh,
okay.
I didn't even know. I thought they were still trying to hash out a deal. Hey, this is from the homie Stank out in Vegas. Hey, Stank, what's the if you could let us know what the season is looking like? How many games? So, but yeah, so
I thought it was like 70 or something, but
they decided like on the 75 or something like that.
Yeah, they kind of figured that out a little bit ago, but I mean, Korea, they figured it out. I saw all those games. If you were watching at SportsCenter in the morning for the last couple of weeks, they have it on in the morning. So
yeah, and it was weird because the stands were empty, but they were playing. I was like, all right, this is kind of all right, like but they had some kid in a
I'd
bowl.
rather watch baseball on TV, anyways.
Okay,
if I was gonna watch baseball.
So he said 60, I think. So he's a huge Cubs fan. So I'm gonna trust his word on that. So
yeah, I agree.
Right. So, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be weird, man. Like, I mean, it's gonna be entertainment, and at the end of the day, that's all sports is. It's a form of entertainment. But what is the quality gonna be? And the fans make everything. Like I'm watching boxing, right? And with nobody in the audience, they started piping in. They did that really dope thing where you can call in and like yell into your phone and it would project over the speaker.
Really?
Yeah, they were doing that on Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. And
I never heard of that.
It's a way to be engaged. But my wife had a really dope idea. She said, what would be cool is if they put monitors, right? If they put monitors in the arenas and just projected people in there, to kind of like a virtual reality thing.
They do that.
Yeah.
They do that in the Premier League. On all the screens, it's fans, and they have like kind of like a Zoom screen with like a bunch of people, and it skips through, and they cheer, and they put them up when they score and stuff.
Okay.
But, and I've seen other teams over there. They had fans send in pictures. They print out pictures and put them in all the seats. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that.
I mean, anything.
But you gotta make it work, right? Like anything to make the season keep running. So me personally, I think just scrap it. Just call this season a wash. Because even for March Madness, just call it a wash. Let's make sure everybody stays healthy, everybody stays safe, and let's try it again like next fall.
Yeah, I mean, I guess next fall, but what if everything's the same? I guess we never start again.
No. I mean, simple as that. No.
I agree. Hey, you know what it is? It is what it is. I think, we'll see what happens. The virus affects every single person different. So, some people just get really sick and some people don't have any problems with it at all. So
yeah, that's what's crazy.
Have you seen, did you hear about, speaking of the bubble, did you hear about that player from the Sacramento Kings, Rashawn Holmes? He ordered takeout. So he put something on Twitter saying like, oh, if you order takeout Postmates, you just go downstairs and get it. And then the next thing you see is a straight apology. He's like, I want to apologize to all the fans and the Sacramento Kings or whatever. I broke quarantine to go get food downstairs.
Oh, that's right. You're not supposed to order out while you're there.
Well, I guess, I don't know what the rule is on it, but you can't go apart. He went past a certain area to pick up the food. Like he went out past the lobby to whatever. So he makes the tweet telling everybody you can do. So he makes the tweet telling everybody you can go. Then he does like an official apology from the Sacramento Kings, with him. And then he tweets it again. He's like, "Yeah, don't do that."
Well, I guess at least he knows he asked stuff. The man was.
But it made him quarantine again.
Well, the Kings ain't gonna do nothing anyway. But and plus, De'Aaron Fox just sprained his ankle, and he's basically him and the Eurocat. They're basically the only thing worth watching on that team. So they're gonna struggle. But
you got me thinking, what's that guy's name? The European guy.
It was like shoot. He's like a hot commodity. Like a lot of people want to do because he's a shooter.
Why can't I think of his name? I know I can see him.
Yeah, but anyway, so I can't fault the guy too hard, man, because you're just trying to get food. You're not doing anything stupid. You're just trying to get food. You're not trying to pull girls up into the place or trying to go out and do some stuff. All you're trying to do is just get a bite to eat, and maybe it's just a lapse of judgment. I wouldn't beat him up too hard over it, and especially you're in an environment that's not normal. This isn't normal, so there's going to be hiccups, but just pray that that these guys stay safe and nothing happens going forward.
And yeah, part of it's the image. They can't just act like they don't care. But I get what you're saying at the same time. There's going to be mistakes for sure.
Yeah. All right. So let's jump into, while we're still rocking on sports, let's talk a little bit about these Madden ratings here, my friend. Madden is about to jump off. This is almost like a holiday, for everybody, the sports world, So this is then this is our cover man for the year, the reigning MVP, Mr. Lamar Jackson. And so
what's your opinion? What's your opinion, real quick, on Lamar?
I think Lamar is dope, man. I really think he's dope. So, the homies, Nolan said, that is tripping. Why? Because Khalil Mack.
I saw something about J.J. Watt's a 99. How is J.J. Watt a 99?
J.J. Watt is not a 99. He didn't hit 99 this year. I think
he played.
No, he's still playing, but he's always hurt, right? So he's always hurt. So and with that, so I'm gonna run off the names off the 99 club, right? They said Michael Vick 2.0. That's from Nolan. I say so, and I say even more. Yeah. I think Michael Vick has a better arm, but the speed is there, man, and the elusiveness is just ridiculous. Like the way this dude plays, he's almost like a video game. It's ridiculous, and that's what Michael Vick was at the beginning of the 2000s.
It's funny because you watched them at Louisville, and everything happens in college. I feel like anything that's gonna happen crazy in football, I feel like is gonna happen in college football. So when you see somebody running it, scoring 70 points and 4 throwing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns,
right?
Yeah, I was like, that's not gonna happen in the NFL. And then he just comes and does it. And like, all right.
No, he was.
Why are you surprised by this? He's been doing it since high school.
Yeah, exactly. And look, Nolan said they have people rated high, and then they have Barkley at like 91. Well, Saquon is coming off kind of like an injury, so I think that also plays into his rating right now. I think as the season goes, you'll see him bump up to at least a 95. I think that's what's going to happen. But the exclusive 99 club, and there's only 3 members in it right now, right? Did you see who they were?
I saw that one was the kid from the Panthers, McCaffrey.
Yep, well deserved.
Well deserved. The defensive player from the Patriots, can't remember his name.
Stephon Gilmore.
And what I'm gonna guess the last one.
No, actually, no. There's 4. I'm sorry. There's 4.
Was it who was it? I can't remember the other 2.
So you got Aaron Donald from the Rams, which is deserving.
Okay, yeah.
Aaron Donald is a monster. Yep. And then you got Patty Mahomes, man. How do you forget Patty Mahomes?
Oh yeah. How did I not say? He's just been on TV for the last week nonstop.
So he said they got Nick Chubb over Barkley. Well, I think in the system, Nick Chubb was balling, man.
Yeah, come on.
Nick, you don't think so? You don't think he should be over Barkley?
No, I don't think Nick Chubb is better than Barkley at all.
I think for the sake of for starting the season, and yep, there it is right there. So yep, CMC, Aaron Donald, Gilmore, and Mahomes. So right. I think in this situation, I don't know, because we hadn't seen everybody on the field all together, right? You've seen them up in Cleveland. You've seen everybody on the field together. But up in New York, I think they played maybe one full game together with Daniel Jones, Sterling Shepard, and like their whole crew. Like I think that whole team, the Giants team, has only played one game together. And then Saquon got hurt, and he came back, and he was okay, but he just wasn't what he was.
Probably still had whatever was hurt, just nagging him a little bit still.
Yeah.
Finishing off. But I don't know. Nick Chubb's been around for a long time. I know he was balling.
Oh, you talking about
Nick Chubb's been in the NFL for like 3 years now.
No, they came in, I want to say the same year.
Nick Chubb and Saquon came in the same year?
I think they came in the same year, if I'm not mistaken. Because Nick Chubb came in the same year that who was the other running back out of he was the running back that's with the Patriots.
Sonny Michel.
Yeah, they came in the same year.
Let me look. No, well, Sonny Michel is from Georgia too. I'm pulling it up.
All right. So Nolan asked,
the last time he played for Georgia was 2017.
Yeah, right. So would you draft Nick Chubb over Barkley in your fantasy league?
No, no way. What are you crazy? Yo, Saquon goes like number 1.
I know.
He's gonna be up there this year for sure.
If there's a season.
Yep.
So Nolan said they all came in the same year. So see, that's up there. I knew that because I remember.
No, if they came in the same year, then I'm still picking Saquon over Chubb, no matter what.
Really? All right. Well, here let's look at some other numbers, right? So, and everything hasn't been released, fellow Marauders. I think the whole list comes out tomorrow on ESPN. So stay tuned for everything. Okay. But as it stands right now, so you got the 99 club coming in at 97 is Russell Wilson, which I think is right. I think it's pretty okay.
He has some of the craziest throws I've ever seen. He'll like roll out and just.
Yeah, and as soon as he rolls out, you know it's over. As soon as he rolls out, it's over.
And he drops dimes.
Yes, yeah, and he's accurate. That's what's crazy. So you got him. Derrick Henry's at a 93, the rushing champ for the year. They got him at a 93, which I think is a little low. I think he should have been at least a 95. 95, I think would be right for him.
He carried that team.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And then you got, let's see, another highlight, Lamar Jackson at a 94. And I think he got boned a little bit. That's the reigning MVP.
I want to see what the breakdown is. Like, obviously, there's gonna be like it's a stat that's dragging them down. I don't think.
Well, I think it's his accuracy. I think it's his accuracy that probably drops him down quite a bit in his decision making. So,
but how did he throw a lot of picks like that?
He didn't throw a lot of picks, but I just think like it was probably just bad passes, So, but I could be wrong. This is just what I saw from him playing.
I understand.
But anyway, so let's get into some of the old heads out there, right? I think Drew Brees is sitting at a 94, 93 or 94. Tom Brady's at a 90, and Aaron Rodgers is at an 89.
Yeah. The disrespect.
I know, right? So I think Aaron will probably creep back up in the 90s. I think he'll probably finish the season at like a 93. And and then a couple of the standout rookies, right? So Joe Burrow is the highest rated rookie with a 76. And then you got Henry.
Joe Burrow he's the highest rookie, 76?
Yep.
Okay.
And then Henry Ruggs the third the receiver out in Vegas, the Vegas Raiders, they got him at a 76. So they're the two highest rated offensive players right there. So, it's going to be interesting. Joe Burrow will probably drop because he's going to be picking turf out of his face mask probably the whole season. If he survives, because, man, I don't know.
Man.
So
I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I can't. Yeah, they did. They did.
They did him dirty. But Aaron's been on the decline the last couple of years, man, and it's just they had a nice season, 13-3, but that playoff game, boy, woo, yeesh.
And they drafted a quarterback, so they're ready to get him out of there too.
Yeah, man. I think Aaron's starting to see like what they did, how they did Brett is what they're doing to him.
He knows he was there for it.
Oh, he said they did the pass rusher from Washington dirty too. Is that Trent? Was it Trent?
Trent Richard? No.
No, it's not Trent Richardson. That dude sucks. I know about Trent Richardson. That's the running back. Trent Williams? Yeah, I know you're talking about.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that dude, he wants to be off that team so bad. So bad. Yep. So, yeah, it's coming. And, things will change, but it's just something different to talk about, right? And it's the closest thing to football that we have outside of the real thing. And, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed we can at least get a somewhat of a season, even if it's abbreviated. I still want to see something,
Yeah, it'll be good. Something to talk about, something to read on Twitter.
Yeah, I got a question from one of the Sucker Free League, players, the participants, and he was asking, "Are we going to do a league this year?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah. I mean, if the season happens, we're still going to do a league, and until they say they're not. So they say both. They say he's better than both Bosa brothers. Yes, yeah, he is, and he's just on a crappy team. He's on a crappy team, but you put him on a team like the Eagles or like a really defensive-minded team, he'll show you that dude is nasty, and he's just a phenomenal talent on a busted-ass team. So, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, back to the season getting started in fantasy football. Are you gonna try to play fantasy if they do it?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if they invite me, I'm down. I mean, I won 2 years in a row. On the third year, I lost in the Super Bowl, so I might just retire. I might just be that kid that takes my ball and goes home the first time I lose.
Well, we always got room for somebody to sucker free.
I know.
Come on, man.
I kind of want to take a year off fantasy. I've been playing. I feel like I need a break. I might need a year off.
Who are you, Gronk? Come on, dude. It's not hard. Just come. Join up. Pay your money and lose like our friend Stoney did. Just lose like him. So all right. So yeah, that's the Madden ratings. Everything's looking pretty on the up and up. Yeah, you're right. He's scared as well as he's not. You're right, Nolan. I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to recruit.
You know what? I'm not joining. I don't like the abuse I'm getting.
That's right.
I thought about it.
We've been rejected by better, man. I ain't worried about it, dude. Forget it.
Oh man. I'm sure that makes the rejection feel better, I guess.
So look, let's talk about everybody's favorite personality. I really don't have a name for what she does, man. So our friend Chrissy Teigen.
Wait, I want to say this before the Twitter shenanigans. Did you hear about the blue checkmark scam that was going on yesterday?
No.
On Twitter.
What's going on with that?
Oh my God. So obviously, if you have a blue checkmark, you're verified on Twitter.
Right.
Blue checkmark next to your name. So some hacker got all of them. So like Bill Gates, Kanye West, all sorts of people to tell people, put out the same message that if they send any type amount of Bitcoin, they'll double it and send it back.
Elon Musk. That's right. Elon Musk. It was Tom Hanks.
So all these people, they're sending like 1,000 Bitcoin, $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. And they were, oh man, I feel bad, but I was like, whoever's dumb enough to do that, don't send your untraceable money to a person you don't know.
So what was wild is that I saw the Elon Musk part, and he was like, "Yeah," he goes, "I'm feeling generous today. You send me 1,000, I'll send you $2,000 back," or some shit like that. Like made no sense, and people were just loading it.
I was loving it. They said I knew this was fake when I saw Jeff Bezos tweet it out.
Yo, Jeff ain't parked with no cash. You should have known what was up when he did that.
My guy's gonna try and buy Mars one day or something. Just
No,
because.
he's gonna have to fight Elon Musk, dude. He's gonna have to fight Elon Musk for it. So
Wow,
yeah.
we finally get to see the real weapons.
So let's talk about our buddy Chrissy Teigen, right? And like, I'm not a fan of Chrissy Teigen. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell she actually does besides like make cookbooks and like just talk shit on Twitter. So for the story is, as you can see here, he said people always scamming. Look, he said Chrissy blocks 1 million users on Twitter amidst Epstein conspiracy theories, and you follow the Jeffrey Epstein thing. You don't believe that Jeffrey Epstein actually killed himself, and she went out and
Epstein.
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to laugh because it's messed up. He died, but actually, he's a terrible person.
No, it's not. No, it's pretty spot on. He had that shit coming. Sex trafficking.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but anyways, he's a terrible person. So he had it coming, but he's in a max security prison. The cameras don't work, and the security guards fell asleep all at the same time. Great.
So you're saying like, right? So I'm reading this thing about Chrissy Teigen, and so it was talking about, she blocked 1 million Twitter followers and deleted 60,000 of her own tweets, for alleged, for being harassed on Twitter for alleged ties to the convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein and his girlfriend Ghislaine Maxwell, the British socialite, and so they're saying, yeah, you mingled with these cats, you know what's up, so why are you acting different? And so so she's blocking all these people, and they said her name was on a flight manifest out to that island where they were doing the shit that they were doing.
Really?
Yeah. They said Bill Clinton's name. They said Bill Clinton's name was on that mode like 20 different times.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, she's panicking. Once you start deleting stuff and this and that, if you're a completely innocent person, why are you doing stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, look, Nolan's like, touchy. But the shit that these people yeah, the shit that these people do, and Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell, they said she's about to start dropping names, man. She's gonna start airing everybody out. I give her 2 months, and there's gonna be a tragic airplane accident, something with a boat. She was electrocuted. Something crazy is gonna come, and she's gonna be gone.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear what you were saying, bro. You
couldn't hear anything?
It sounded like
squeakiness. I heard it. So, but looks like. Can you hear me? Yo, your connection's bad, dude.
I don't know what happened. Man, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Hey, drop off and then come back on. All right, drop off and come back on.
I'll hop off and come back.
Right. All right, fellow marauders. Sorry about the technical difficulties. This seems to be a reoccurring theme on the show. We are running 3 episodes strong with technical difficulties. We're gonna get Dale right back. So, Stank, we talking about Hillary? No, I'm talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, the girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein. That they brought her in on charges of sex trafficking. And so now she denied the allegation, and so they said lightning will strike her perfectly in a pinhole in her cell. That's like some law-abiding citizen type shit where he was still getting everybody. So, all right, so we got you back, Dale. All right, so yeah, I mean, stranger things have happened, right? So, but so they were saying, I think that stuff, like, I think she's gonna be gone, dude. I'm giving her 2 months, and something's gonna happen to this chick.
Oh, the Ghislaine Maxwell or Chrissy Teigen?
Well, no, Ghislaine Maxwell. I think something's gonna happen with her.
I saw something come out that they were moving her from cell to cell to avoid her getting like hurt or something.
Well, they said she's on suicide watch.
Did you see that?
Yeah, they said she's on suicide watch.
Yeah, but
yeah, but you know what? they're all shitbags of a feather flock together, man. And if Chrissy Teigen's tied into it, hey, get her out too. She's a talentless hack to begin with, so I mean, her modeling days are far behind her. You know, she can go sell prison cookbooks for all I give a shit. Just if she's tied into that stuff, man, you gotta go, man. You gotta go. So that's pretty much all I got to say about that. I got one more thing. She's so quick to pile on somebody and talk shit about somebody, but then she just goes and just deletes blocks all these people and starts deleting stuff. And it's like you gotta be able to take it if you're gonna. So, all right. He said suicide watch. We all know what that means. Somebody's gonna leave a shoelace in her cell, and it's gonna be all
crazy.
All right.
I can barely hear you for whatever reason. Yeah.
All right. So here we go. We got President Yeezy, right? Let's talk about President Yeezy. So, yep, she could be COVID. That's true. That would be kind. All right. So Kanye West is running as an independent, right? He had until today to file with the Federal Elections Commission for his intent to run. And can you hear me? Okay. But yeah, so he was able to do it. He took care of it today. It was done about 7 hours before we went on. And so he's running under a platform called The Birthday Party. So yeah. I agree with you, Nolan. He's lost it. Kanye West is officially over the cuckoo's nest. I don't understand the whole birthday party thing, but he one of the requirements from what I understand is that he had to either spend or raise $5,000 towards his campaign in order and file with the Federal Election Commission in order to be legit and considered, a candidate. And so he said he's running as an independent under the birthday party. We need to get Kanye some help. I really think he's in over his head on this. They said, I was hearing it. Yeah, man, I hate to see it. I hate to see it too, man. And I know he's one of your own, Nolan, from Chicago, talented, but they say a lot of the times the most talented ones are the most crazy ones. And Kanye, man, I think even, taking it back to when he lost his mother, I think that was the beginning of a downward spiral for him. And, so he's got a new album coming out, with his mother on it, his mother speaking to him on it. And, he's up in Cody, Wyoming, and he's got some teacher up there running as his running mate and all that stuff, man. And Kanye is just all over the place. And I can't even blame the Kardashians, man, because the one thing I'll say with the Kardashians, and me and my wife had this discussion, they stand by their people. They stand by their men, regardless of how they go, they say, yeah, we tear them down. But you look at it, even with Lamar, when he was down and out, old girl was still at the hospital after he went on the coke and stripper binge. She was there by his side. Kim standing by his side, and whether she wants to be first lady or not, hey, I don't know how that works, but she's still by his side. They still supported Bruce when he became Caitlyn and all that stuff. So just somebody needs to get this dude some help because and what's even more disturbing is that this dude is currently polling at 2%. So 2% of the people voting out there or whatever, they're voting for this guy. And the thing I see that's asked up is that it's pulling votes away. I mean, Biden still has a comfortable lead for the most part out there, but it's still pulling votes away from Biden. And, if you're a Trump supporter, Trump as well, just to entertain this clown. And I think we need to do something where, when it comes down to these guys, if you want to run as an independent, fine. But, I don't necessarily like that. I think, that if you're going to do it, you need to run through the same course as everybody else. If you're the incumbent, then fine, you're the incumbent. But coming into it, you need to go through the same debates and all that stuff and just not show up and like, hey, I'm at the party. Let's drink. No, it's not like that. You need to go through all that stuff just like Biden did, So I'm not going to vote for President Kanye. Not now, not in 2024. I'm never going to vote for this guy. He's a walking train wreck. He's unhinged, to use that term. He's unhinged, talented musically, very gifted, but I think you need to stick to producing and rapping easy. And I'm going to leave it at that. So, with that being said, I know we lost Dale. There's technical difficulties. We'll get him back on another time if he's still listening and following. And yeah, definitely, the debates are important. So I'm gonna get into my best and worst of this past week. So let me go back to my chronicles here. So my best of the week is the company Moderna, or I believe it's the COVID vaccine by Moderna. It's starting to show promise in the immune system response, and that any news along the lines of that to stop this virus, that's good news to me. It said the National Institute of Health said that the vaccine was generally well tolerated and promoted neutralizing antibody activity in healthy adults. So hey, it's better than killing people, and if that's something that can push this, and that's something they can use to build upon, and hopefully we can get this thing behind us and kind of start straightening this out and get back to somewhat normal living. I don't necessarily think we're going to go back to normal life ever again, or life as we know it, but just back to some resemblance of normal life where, we don't have to wear a mask and stuff all over the place. Now, me personally, they get that vaccine out, your boy Kells will not be the first one in line taking this thing. And I fellow marauders out there, if you're listening, I'd like to hear your take on it as well. But I will not be one of the first, and neither will anybody in my family. We will ride this out. Let those first wave suckers go ahead and have at it. And then we'll wait a couple of months, maybe, half a year, and then maybe take a look at it. But I'm not going to be one of the first ones jumping in there. So one of those things. And then my worst of the week. So had Breonna Taylor's murderers, the cops, still haven't been arrested. All right, Nolan, I appreciate you tuning in, man. I don't blame you. Military may say something different. You might be taking it, but I understand. For you, your personal, you don't want to. Military may make you take it, bro. Homie Stank, nope, I won't be taking any vaccine. Surprise, surprise. I'm not surprised, but no, you're well within your right to do so. So, yeah, and in Nolan as well. I wouldn't be surprised they pumped the military. It's probably what's going to happen, buddy. But be safe out there. So, Breonna Taylor's killers still haven't been arrested. Kenny Stills from the Houston Texans, and I believe is another athlete or entertainer. They protested on the lawn of the district attorney in the city where Breonna Taylor was killed, and they were arrested. They were told that if they did not leave his yard, they would be arrested for trespassing, and sure enough, that's what happened. And Kenny Stills posted out a tweet saying that it's funny, I spent more time in jail than Breonna Taylor's murderers. Something to think about, right? So, say her name, Breonna Taylor, and until this happens, we keep pushing, y'all. Keep pushing, and here on the Culture Marauders, I'll still keep pushing the word. We need to bring these people to justice, and the way that she was senselessly murdered, those people need to be brought to justice. So that's my worst of the week. So before we go ahead and wrap up, I want to give a rest in peace shout out to Naya Rivera from Glee fame. Her body was found. She was out boating with her 4-year-old son, and Patrick tragically passed. She put her son in the boat, but obviously couldn't save herself. And Benjamin Keough, that is Lisa Marie Presley's son and Elvis Presley's grandson, died of a self-inflicted gunshot to himself. They said that he looked just like his dad or just like his grandfather. I saw the pictures, and yeah, he was spot on, looked just like him. Tragic passing for such a young man, and he was an artist in his own right, doing music as well. And then Kelly Preston, man, that's a bummer too. Died of breast cancer. She had a 2-year battle with breast cancer, and if you don't know Kelly Preston, she was in Twins. She was the one that got with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and she was John Travolta's wife. And she had been battling that, just shout out to their families and stuff like that. You're going through a rough time. We got sympathy and our condolences, and there you go. Thank you, Stink. I appreciate that. Yeah, we definitely need justice for Breonna Taylor. So, but yeah, that was the, what happened this past week. People we lost along the way in the journey of life. And I like to wrap it up. Hey, with our shout outs and final thoughts. So I want to thank Dale for getting on, man. We gave it the best chance we can. You need to pay your internet bill, man. That's all there is to that. So thank you, Dale, for jumping on and adding content to what we were talking about. So, just everything we've gone through, we just marauded on. It's something a little different this week. I do these every now and again, but just talk about the world we're living in and things that we're seeing. And, the shout outs also to the healthcare workers out there, the doctors and stuff. Business is picking up just as it is every day. The essential workers out there, keeping the shelves stocked, wearing the mask, selling us the things we need, make sure we got the things we need. Also the unsung heroes, the sanitation workers out there, the road workers out there, the truckers, people bring those supplies in, the people that we often kind of forget about, as we look for people to thank. And our military, they're still out there jobbing, doing the work out there, taking care of business, keeping our borders and our country safe while we're sitting there fighting this internal monster that everybody in the world seems to be fighting right now. And also the protesters out there on both sides, the way I look at it, we have rights, and you do have the right to protest as long as it's peacefully. I may not like your message. I may not, completely understand it, but I have to respect it. And just like we have the right to, protest injustice, you have the right to protest as well. So, hey, just be safe out there. Go out there, make positive changes, and, just keep trucking. The Marauders have your back. If there's anybody out there, you want to get on the show and there's something you want to maraud on, hey, there's a number of ways to hit us up. You can follow us on Instagram at _culture_marauders. Hit us up on Facebook at the Culture Marauders. And then if there's something you want to delve a little bit deeper on or try to work on something to get on the show, email us at theculturemarauders@gmail.com. And we also have a website that we're putting up as well as theculturemarauders.com. And on there, you'll be able to find, different blogs, blog stories and videos and stuff. And we're working on a lot of different things with this show. We're about to, as we turned into a small business, and we're working on putting out some really, really dope content, doing some different things with the Culture Marauders in a bunch of different lanes that we're looking to fill. So stay tuned. Appreciate your support out there. And one more thing, get out there and vote. There's so many different ways. Do it in person. Do it, mail-in ballot, all that stuff. And just, regardless of who you do it for, get out there and vote. I prefer, I'm leaning towards Biden. I can't do 4 more of Trump, but that doesn't mean, somebody else can't go out and vote for Trump. Get out there and make a difference and vote. So with that being said, hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in for the Culture Shot. What's good? Our weekly update on what's happening in the world we live in. With that being said, I like to say one culture, one blood, one love. Peace.